Streetlights are up and down all the streets in town. You probably never think twice about them.
But after this story you're about to see, you're going to want to check them all out a lot more closely. Consumer advocate Michelle Mortensen joins us now with a story that is hard to believe.
A streetlight toppled over onto a woman's parked car right outside her home, crushing the top of it. So who's responsible? Believe it or not, the victim.
Right there, that's exactly where the pole used to be.
Right.
You've probably never thought about the streetlight in front of your home toppling over from the base and crashing on top of your parked car. But Crystal Petrie thinks about it every day because it actually happened to her.
It fell from the base and it landed right under my car.
These pictures don't lie. The cement and metal streetlight fell over in one piece. No one hit the streetlight. No one even touched it. It apparently had rusted out at the bottom and simply fell over.
I didn't believe that something like that could happen.
Even harder to believe, within 2 hours of it happening, Crystal says a representative from the county was at her home, saying the county wasn't responsible for the damage and that this was her fault.
The man told me that they would not be paying for it because it looked like the pole was damaged and I should have known and to have turned them in.
So did he literally tell you it was your job to inspect that light pole?
Yes.
So how's that your responsibility?
I don't know. I'm a second grade teacher. I don't know how to check that stuff out.
What on this pole did he say was the proof that it was rusted?
All of this right here is rust.
And you're supposed to know that.
Yeah.
But she couldn't have, because the base of the streetlight had a cover. All the streetlights in her neighborhood do, even the one they replaced it with 4 days later. And with $6,000 in damages to her car, even her insurance company was in disbelief the county wasn't responsible. They got their lawyers on it and soon learned there was no way the county was ever going to be held liable, because a law on the books absolves them of everything in cases like these. It basically says the government and government employees can't be held responsible for failure to inspect or discovering a hazard, and they can't be sued. It's been on the books since the 60s, and there's been plenty of Supreme Court challenges. But victims almost always lose. I went to the county for comment to find out how often streetlights are inspected and maintained, but every request made was answered with an email like this one, saying no one was available to comment. I dug a little deeper and learned the county doesn't even inspect or regularly maintain streetlights unless there's a request. And even if it is inspected, the law still absolves them from responsibility. Even the cleanup wasn't their problem.
It was my responsibility to clean it up, I guess.
So it was your responsibility to do all the cleanup?
Yeah.
What do you think about this law?
I think it needs to be changed.
So how does a law like this get changed? Any of the newly elected state legislators could propose an amendment to the law when they meet next year. And trust me, we'll be watching to see if anyone does. In the meantime, if you're worried about a streetlight outside your home or business, call the city or county and request an inspection. I'm Michelle Mortensen.